Hi, this is Lee, and I am talking today on this video about traveling as a single person with other couples. And I wanted to just talk a little bit about the concept of mentally getting yourself in the belief and the thought process that just because you are single does not mean that other couples don't want you to join them for outings, but especially for vacations, because that really limits your opportunities to travel when you have kids. If some of your kids' friends have couples, or your previous friends who you were friends with when you were married are still together. And I think a lot of single people make the assumption, and I believe incorrectly, based on my personal experience, that couples will not want you to join them and hang out with you if you are now single. I have traveled with various friends who are still together as a couple. I've gone on road trips. I've been a third wheel, a fifth wheel, a seventh wheel over the years, sometimes with my kids, sometimes just me flying solo with a bunch of adults, but usually up until now, it's been with my kids and their kids, and honestly, they've been wonderful trips, and they were with a lot of close friends sometimes, but for the year that we lived in the Philippines, it was couples that I'd met recently who were also expats and settling in, and so much more open even to new friends to do trips together. And it's always honestly been a really wonderful experience, and I've always felt welcome and included and comfortable. I think you start out first with the assumption. If you assume that couples don't want you to join them, then you put out that energy to the world and to them that you feel like they don't want you there. And then your actions and behaviors reinforce that belief, and then it becomes like a feedback loop. And then you get confirmation bias because you're looking for reasons why they're showing you with their behaviors. If you're assuming they don't want you to be there, then you're looking for reinforcement to tell you, oh, look, they don't want me here. I'm single. I'm the odd one out. So it starts with your own belief system and your own assumptions. And if we make incorrect assumptions, then the actions and behaviors and everything else that follows can end up reinforcing incorrect assumptions. And so I'm going to do another video on incorrect assumptions later. But so making the assumption that you are valuable just as yourself, that couples enjoy your company, and that you're welcome, and that you have a lot to offer, and that people want you there, whether you're in a couple or not. So that's the first thing that I really want to encourage people to change their mindset. Another thing that I want to point out is that when you're traveling solo, you are not responsible for making sure that your partner or boyfriend or girlfriend is having a good time. So I have traveled with friends, with a boyfriend that I was with at the time, and it was great. It was really nice, but there was definitely some additional work and responsibility that I felt to make sure that they were feeling included and comfortable. My friends, how they felt about them. It's an additional element of responsibility and things to think about. So there's really a lot of beauty in traveling just by yourself, and you're just completely responsible for yourself and your own entertainment and connections with the people you're with. So I just want to encourage people to recognize that even if you have a boyfriend, or girlfriend, you don't have to bring them. This trip, I actually do have a boyfriend, and he couldn't come because of work. And at first I was bummed. Camping is so fun when you have someone else to get in the tent with. But I actually, once I was there, I was having such a great time. And I had a milestone experience of sleeping in a tent for the first time by myself, and it was really empowering and super relaxing in some ways. And so at the end of the trip, I was really happy that he wasn't able to come because I just was able to be extremely peaceful and do whatever I wanted at any moment and enjoy the company of my friends without feeling like I had to make sure that ever I was caretaking for other people. So something to think about there. And lastly, I have learned over the years, being single on and off since my divorce, is that I actually really enjoy a lot of personal time and freedom. And the more I experience that and find the joy in my own company and being out in nature alone and getting to really like not feel like I have to talk to anybody sometimes, the more I enjoy it and get comfortable with it and embrace it and realize how peaceful it is and re-energizing. So for those people who are new, I wasn't used to that or super comfortable with that when I was first divorced. The idea of traveling by myself. Since then, I've done a lot of travel solo or with friends or with other couples, but that was all new to me in the beginning, and it took some adjustment and some mental reframing and confidence building. But the more I did it, the more I liked it, and the more I realized that having people is wonderful, but also doing things on your own is wonderful in its own way. And so it's not an either or, it's both, enjoying them at different times for different reasons. So I hope that this was helpful and encouraging to those of you who are new to traveling with other couples, new to traveling on your own, new to putting yourself out in nature on your own. All of it is exciting and an adventure and a learning process and learning about yourself. And if you look at it like that, instead of something that you're going to dread or have to do because you're divorced, it's the way you frame things and think about things changes because perception is reality. So anyhow, take care. Namaste. Thunder. Gonna be in the tent by myself for the night through a thunderstorm. It's gonna be interesting. It's kind of exciting. I'm so kind of thrilled by the idea. Hopefully my tent stays dry. Alright, good night. I'm dry.